Up in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerdist and New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with the episode. And Eli, I'm feeling pretty good this week.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so last week, I don't know if anybody heard the podcast. Well, you probably couldn't hear on your end. But anyway, I didn't have internet. I was struggling. Now, if you want to know why I didn't have internet, basically because I and my cable company are having a disagreement right now over the payment.
Oh, yeah.
It happens, you know. So the thing is, in order to get the podcast recorded, because I had no internet, even when we were recording the podcast right now, so I actually worked out something. So Eli, this is what I did. Now, the company I'm with, and I feel like I shouldn't say this, because I feel like once I say this, something bad is going to happen to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. The company I'm with is Xfinity. Now, in order to record the podcast with you that day, which I had no internet whatsoever, I went online to their mobile site. I downloaded a mobile app, and they said you can have internet for 24 hours. Just pay $8 today. Like $8. I can't pay my bill, but I can pay $8. So, pay $8, got me on, that was it. But here's the weird thing. After the 24 hours was up, the internet stayed on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, I feel like I made a life hack. Is that a thing? So, I made a life hack. So, for some reason, it wasn't just on that device. So once the 24-hour period was up, Xfinity Mobile, I'm still signed in. I'm signed into my phone. I'm signed into my Chromebook, and I've just been on internet the whole time. I haven't paid my bill yet. I'm like, why should I pay a bill if I'm already getting internet? Not only that, I'm gonna tell you how far this life hack is going. Okay, the NBA playoffs have started. Okay, so the NBA playoffs have started, and I was like, well, how am I gonna watch the NBA playoffs? I don't have ESPN. I don't even have cable. So I go to ESPN.com, go to the app, the NBA playoffs are right there.
Oh, shit. There you go.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm not paying for cable, not paying for ESPN. I'm getting cable. I'm getting internet, and I'm getting ESPN through the internet. I'm living the life. This is like the best week ever. So I'm just enjoying myself right now. Watch the internet, the podcast cuts off in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like right now, like he said, what? Because I'm live streaming also. So this is probably in my life hack by the end of the day, but we'll keep it going from there. Anyway, bypass that, Eli. I want to let you know, since I've been listening to internet all day and been life hacking all week, guess what I've been listening to all week?
What's that?
Country music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been listening to country music all day because something has, for those that don't know, I'm actually a fan of country music.
Oh, really?
I actually have favorite country. Like, I'm not saying I'm like a country music aficionado or anything like that. You know, I don't go into line dances every weekend or anything like that. But if a good country song comes on, I will listen to it. I actually used to be a DJ at a country station.
Me too.
Did you? What?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm kind of hard to believe. You, on the other hand, I really don't believe that.
No, I actually on my reservation out in South Dakota, it's just in Wapton, Oyate. They had a radio station, and pretty much there are a bunch of hicks out there. They listen to country music, and I got an internship one summer as a DJ and other things, doing office duties around. And I had to be a DJ. I had to play that shit.
Okay.
But they did give me my own show on Saturday nights.
I had mine Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 12 to 2 in the morning where they let me play metal.
What? Okay, they wouldn't let me play rap on the country station. That wouldn't happen. But the thing was, we played so much. They had requests, and they could even say if you like a song, you can play it. So I had my own playlist. I would have gone, was on the radio station and everything. So it was actually a really cool job, and they actually got me into country music at the time. But anyway, I think I'm digressing. Didn't know you were country DJ. That's actually caught me off guard.
Well, I was not a fan of country music, and so I would
get into it.
No, I would just make a playlist, and this is a long time ago. This is when Shania Twain first got big. So I heard song. I had to play that shit over and over every day. It was got annoying. But that's all I did. I just okay.
You didn't like Man, You Make Me Feel Like a Woman?
No, that was before that. This was before that. This was that.
Oh, this is underground Shania Twain.
She went there was that rap song. She kind of rapped and shit.
I remember that one.
Any man of mine go to something.
Oh, that song. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah. So, I would just basically make a playlist of all the most requested shit, and that's, and I just let that play.
Okay.
Because I didn't know
you had
it.
a dedicated playlist where you would play and stuff like that. I mean, you got requests and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I like wrote. I had to like write news stories and shit, little news blurbs and shit like that. And I did all kinds of shit around there. Answered phones, but I would also have to go on air and do the weather and
my only job was to
shit.
spin records. That's it. Maybe call out the traffic report. That was about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, where was I going with that now? Okay, so like I said, I've been listening to country music all week, but it's a very specific song I'm listening to. The name of the song is Old Town Road. And the thing is, the song is actually by a rapper, not even by a country singer. It's a rapper named Lil Nas X.
Oh, I was gonna say Uncle Cracker or something.
Not Uncle Cracker. That was after I got out of country music. But we got Lil Nas X, and he decided to make a remix and put Billy Ray Cyrus on it. Okay. So this song became the #1 song in country music, like out of nowhere. Bam. It hit the top of the charts because everybody was playing on country music. However, when the radio stations found out he was a rapper from Atlanta, they removed him immediately. They were like, "Well, we can't have that."
Oh, really? Well, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's happened before. I'm going to get into that in a second. But anyway, okay, so they found out Lil Nas X was basically a gangster rapper from Atlanta that made a country song parody, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a real country song, but he just was kind of making fun of country music if you like really listen to the lyrics,
Oh,
so
okay.
they took him off, but the thing was, just because you took him off, that means the song got popularity and got played on every other station. R&B, rap, pop, whatever. It's everywhere. Especially with Billy Ray Cyrus on it. It made it even blow up even bigger. So it's not on the country charts anymore. However, a couple days ago, it broke the record for the most streamed song on the internet ever. Like
really?
Broke Drake and Cardi B's record, or whoever the fuck else is out there. So now he has the most streamed song of all time. It's a country song. It's a country rap song, if it makes any sense.
Kind of like the Shania Twain song.
Yeah.
She was kind of like rapping.
And that's the thing about country music. Country music does, like, if you really listen to country music like me and Eli do, not you listeners. We're country music aficionados. But yes, country music does take, inspiration from other genres.
Oh man, did you ever hear that song Honky Tonk Badonkadonk?
I did not. I did hear Tequila Make Her Clothes Fall Off.
Oh well, it's a big pile of suckola, what I'm saying, but yeah. But go piggybacking what you were saying about borrowing from genres. Yeah, Honky Tonk Badonkadonk. That exists.
Okay.
It shouldn't, but it does.
Right, because the thing is, a lot of country singers want to branch out into pop music. So they will do things like that to, okay, maybe if I do this, but they can't have a rapper on there. They can't have an actual R&B artist on. You can't have a black person on a country song, basically.
What about that one black dude that was singing country?
They'll let one guy in. What, Charlie Pride?
I don't know his name.
It was actually a popular black country singer. I'm not going to say popular. He had like one popular song. His name was Cowboy Troy.
Yeah, something about playing chicken with a train or some shit.
I think that was that guy. But the thing was, he didn't reveal himself that he was a black country singer until like a 2 minutes into the song.
Oh.
So before, it was just like white people just line dance and stuff like that. And then he popped out of nowhere. And I promise you, when he popped out, it's like the song just stopped. Like, wait, what?
They called the cops and shit.
Right. So as you can imagine, that was his last song. So yeah, stuff like that happens. But yeah, you get country singers, they will take inspiration from other genres, bring it into there, but they don't take too much in there. They don't want to go too far to that level, and it's happened before. Have you ever heard of a rapper named Nelly?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Nelly was a big thing. Nelly was a big thing back 2005.
Yeah,
he made a country song.
Yeah.
He made a country song with Tim McGraw. I don't know if you know Tim McGraw, but okay, so they made a country song together over and over again. They made it like a country / hip hop song, and it was on the top. It didn't even make it to the top chart or pop charts. They just banned that shit. Like, no, you're not playing that here. So that's it. So that song died. But there's difference between what happened in 2005 versus 2019. So the radios pretty much dominated what you listened to, what you didn't listen to. So if you couldn't get radio play, your song nobody heard your song. Now, however, in 2019, the radio no longer holds all the cards. The music can get out there to anybody they want to get out there. So this new guy named Lil Nas X, okay, country music won't play his song. That's fine. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Tidal. You can get the music anywhere you want to. It's on their playlist, and they're more popular right now than the radio. So the radio can do whatever the fuck they want to do. The music's going to get out there regardless. And that's an awesome time we're living in right now, Eli.
Yeah.
So music is out there. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, like I said, when this podcast is on, I'm going to go back and listen to the song again. There's so many viral videos going around about black people line dancing to it. Cowboy hats and cowboy boots and spurs. Yeah, so, okay. So now let's talk about something that you want to talk about.
Sure.
Okay. So before we get into that, I'm going to just jump right into it. Okay. So for those that have been listening, obviously the entire world just stopped on Sunday night because it was the season premiere of Game of Thrones.
Oh, we're talking about that?
We're talking about that?
I thought we were going to talk about Star Wars. Okay.
Oh, no. I want to talk about Star Wars, too.
Okay.
It's not just your thing. I grew up on it, too.
All right.
Okay, well, let's talk about Game of Thrones right now. Like I said, obviously, when you start talking, you're going to start talking Spanish to me, so that's fine.
Yeah. I was like, how far do you want to talk?
You can go as far as you down the rabbit hole you want to go, but before you go there, I want to go there myself. Now, one thing about Game of Thrones is that, Eli, I don't understand why people get so offended when you tell people you don't watch Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I don't know why.
People get
I know a bunch
mad.
of people that don't watch it.
Right, but it's like whenever you say that, people get mad at you and offended at you and look at you like you're weird or something. I'm like, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't say it was a bad show. I don't know if it's a bad show because I've never seen it. I mean, hell, I don't even have cable. So I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing and just watch Game of Thrones. Plus, why should I even watch it when my timeline on social media spoils every single second for me? Oh, that guy died. Oh, that guy slept with his sister. Oh, look at that dragon ate that guy. I know everything that fucking happens and don't even watch the show.
Yeah, but you don't see any of the tits.
Hey, they got Pornhub.
And ass.
I can always watch this shit later on Pornhub.
And pussy.
Yeah.
And dick. It's got something for everybody.
It's trending on Pornhub. It doesn't matter. I will watch it one way or another. So, but that's my thing about it. And then I've even had somebody call me a fake nerd because of that. I'm not a real nerd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that shit. No, Game of Thrones is like Lord of the Rings for hipsters.
But that's the thing. Okay, so I'm not a real nerd because I don't watch Game of Thrones. So that means all those hours of comic books I've read, all those $1,000 I spent in the comic shop, all those video games I bought, all the Star Wars movies I bought, all these other sci-fi products and stuff I want. Fuck all that, because I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, fuck that.
So I'm just a fake nerd guy or whatever. You know, I'm just doing this just to impress people.
Well, you're not into like swords and dragons and shit. You just said that.
I'm not into that shit.
Yeah.
And so I don't get it, man. I don't. And here's my other thing about that. Okay, I say I don't watch, Game of Thrones. I just said I don't watch it. That's all. I don't say. But at the same time, every time a Star Wars movie come out, you got these assholes on social media will gladly brag with great pride and great honor. I've never seen Star Wars before. I don't even know what a Star War is. What is that little green Kermit the Frog looking thing? I don't know. What the fuck is a lightsaber? And they're just happy to brag about their ignorance.
Yeah.
It's
in thing. It's like, it's like they're rebelling.
Right.
Like, they think it's edgy to not know some shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I get it. You don't watch Star Wars. Why do you got to keep bragging about that shit? Why are you so happy to admit that shit? Look at you fucking nerds. Look at Star Wars. I'm cool. I don't watch Star Wars. Fuck you. I grew up on that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can...
I watch Game of Thrones, though.
Right. Pretty much the same shit all fast. Sword and sorcery, fantasy bullshit. One's in space, one's in Europe, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I don't get, man. You get mad at me because I just said I don't watch... And I don't even voluntarily... admit this shit. I don't go around bragging. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I just do that anytime somebody tag me in some bullshit with Game of Thrones. Ooh, check out what happened last night, Leroy. I don't watch the show. Who the fuck are you? I'm like, I don't watch the show. Don't tag me in Game of Thrones shit, So, yeah, so I don't get it. And these people keep bragging about Star Wars and keep bragging about these. And you got people bragging about they don't watch Marvel movies. I've never seen a Marvel movie before. Okay, yeah. I don't give a fuck.
My sister never seen Marvel movies, but she watches Game of Thrones.
Right, but I don't get offended about it. Okay, you just don't watch it.
And she never seen Lord of the Rings either, but she watches Game of Thrones. Like I said, that Game of Thrones is like fucking pop fucking nerd shit. You know
That's
what
the
I mean?
thing I don't get, man. It's just like if you don't watch it, you don't have to attack somebody just because they don't watch the show.
Yeah.
So
Something real nerds. Well, yeah, nerd. Yeah, no, I'll take that back.
do I get
Nerds.
offended because
Yeah.
nobody ever read a comic book before? No.
No. Because you're
Now,
not
some people
expecting.
do.
No one knows.
Eli, you and I know. You know some people do. You
Oh,
go
yeah.
to one of these Marvel movies, and you know the person never picked up a comic book a day in their life. You know the people that get offended over that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not gonna go there. Those are pretty much our listeners. So I don't want to offend the two that we still have left.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah, both of you. All right, so Eli, give me a review of Game of Thrones while I go smoke a cigarette.
Game of Thrones, it was cool.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go deeper into like the Kardashians killed the Sagittarians or something. I don't know. I thought you.
Well, let's see what happened. It was a season premiere. The big reveal. Jon Snow found out that he's fucking his aunt Daenerys. That was revealed to him, and like, oh shit.
The hot one, right? High five.
And basically there's tension brewing between, Daenerys has basically taken over the north. She brought her army and her dragons to fight the White Walkers, which are the snow zombies. And so she's basically asking everybody, hey, I'm queen now, motherfuckers. You got to bow to me and shit. But that causes tension, particularly between Sansa, Jon Snow's sister, who's also heir to the Stark throne. Yeah, I'm going deep, yo.
I'm just like, I blame me gusta.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so there's tension there. And the White Walkers are coming. They've busted down the Great Wall. They're invading now. The whole army of the dead are coming. They killed one of the dragons, and you got a fucking zombie dragon now, which is fucking awesome. Just zombie dragon. Enough said.
Okay, you sold me on that.
So shit, and this is, like I said, this is the last season. We've waited almost 10 years for this shit to finally start happening, and I'm stoked. I think my favorite scene, little Arya Stark, she's one of my favorite characters, and there's a meeting. Well, there was a touching scene where she reunites with Jon Snow, her long lost brother. So that was very touching. But also the Hound, this fucking knight, who killed like her friend, and like she used to serve the evil queen and shit, or the Hound, this big asshole knight, served the evil queen, and then they went he deserted her, but then he was running around with Arya for a while, and then he left her to die by what's her face, Brienne. She played Captain Phasma in the Star Wars movies. She fucked the Hound up, and then Arya left him for dead. So they reunited last night. The big giant knight dude with the fucked up face. He sees Arya, little girl who's a badass now. And they had some words like, "You left me to die." She goes, "Yeah, I robbed you first." He goes, "You really are a cold little bitch. But I guess you have to be because you're still alive," and then kind of smirks at her and walks away. So it was fun. It was a really cool scene. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. It's been like almost 2 years.
It's been about
it, 'cause
2 years. I just know my timeline used to always talk about Game of Thrones. And like for 2 years, it just went silent. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since the last season, and this is the last season. So it all comes down to this. So.
Okay, cool. Okay. Awesome. Game of Thrones. Nothing you said made any sense to me, but I'm pretty sure it will make sense to somebody else.
Yeah, tits, dude. You'll like the tits.
Tits. Like you said, the chick from Fast and the Furious is on there naked, so
that's
sort of selling me on it.
She's naked.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in there.
Okay. And plus, I looked it up. Like I said, I don't have cable, but I did look up the price of HBO Now or HBO Gold, whatever the hell they're calling it now. $15 a month. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. But at least I can watch it for a month and like stream and maybe binge watch the whole thing. Then maybe I can do it. Hell, I did The Office in like a week, so
I got the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick, and I do the DirecTV app, which basically gives me cable.
Yeah,
so for like $40 a month, it's like, and that includes HBO. So it's like $40 a month with HBO.
Okay, and it includes HBO in it also. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
There's different packages. Yeah. you can add on different things and shit.
Because I think that's what I do. Just pay $15 for like 1 month. Binge watch the hell out of Game of Thrones as much as I can, and then kind of maybe I don't know. I'm saying this shit, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just theoretically saying what I could do. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because sometimes I feel like maybe sometimes I do want to be invited to the party. It's the cool shit going on right now. So I want to be cool.
You got it's 7 seasons, 8 seasons now. It's a lot.
Dude, I've been watched The Office entire series in a week. I can do Game of Thrones easily. Nothing. Okay, so that being said, can we actually move into the podcast? We hadn't even gotten into the podcast yet.
Yeah, okay.
We were just talking about I guess Game of Thrones kind of count, but it doesn't count for me. But whatever. Let's actually get into the podcast. This is where we actually talk about the box office numbers, and we got a lot of stuff to break down here right now. So, Eli, give it to me. What was the number one movie of the week?
Was it Shazam again? I heard
it was Shazam again.
Okay.
So yeah. Now before we get into the other news, we're gonna talk about Shazam just for a second because, like I said, it's doing it again. It's doing decent numbers, but it's probably going to be in the lowest grossing DCEU movie there is. However, The Rock actually came out with an Instagram post congratulating Shazam.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know what the hell The Rock got to do with this movie, I will tell you. Anybody that actually watched the movie, they will notice that one of the executive producers was named Dwayne Johnson. So Dwayne Johnson actually put money up for the movie. He actually helped finance the movie to get it made. And he was supposed to be in the movie to begin with. And for those that don't know, he was supposed to be in Black Adam. He's been playing Black Adam for like 10 years or something like that. They signed him a long time ago. They basically gave him a choice to play either Shazam or Black Adam. He decided to do Black Adam. He was going to put himself in Shazam at first. He didn't like the script. He didn't like the way the direction the movie was going. Didn't like the director. So he said, take me out of the movie. I'll have to make my own movie. So he saw Shazam, congratulated Shazam for everything they're doing. However, he did say he's going to start shooting the Black Adam movie next year. So it's just going to be just him. So I kind of see that he didn't want to play second fiddle to Shazam. And plus, with the way the DCEU is going, he was like, let me step back and see what you guys do first. I don't want to be Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And so he basically wanted to make sure Shazam was a good movie first before he committed to this shit, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Make sure they get this shit together, then jump in. So yeah, so they're gonna make a Black Adam movie. It's gonna be weird. You're gonna have another Shazam movie, but his movie's gonna be much darker. He's gonna be a slave, and he's gonna rise up because he got the power of whatever. And for people that want to mention, I don't know if we noticed it. They just like briefly mentioned Black Adam. They didn't say him by his name, but you can tell they made a brief mention to Black Adam in the movies. So yeah, Black Adam's look like it's gonna be the next on the DCEU slate. So they're cranking these movies out now. So
there you go.
Yeah, let me say it now. Number 2. Now I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a choice, Eli. Which one was number 2? Was it Hellboy or was it Little?
I don't even know what Little is, but I don't think Hellboy. I heard Hellboy bombed, so
yeah, it was Little. Now I'm gonna give you. Now here's the thing. I saw Little. You saw Hellboy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give a review of Little first. I'm gonna just go through it as fast as possible. So, Little. Now, remember we talked about Shazam? Shazam was about a story about a little boy that grew up to be big. Okay. Little is about a story about a grown woman that went little.
Okay.
It's a black movie. Chick flick.
I thought it was like a fucking cartoon or some shit, like a Pixar movie.
No. It's a black chick flick. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So you exactly know what it was. It's basically she's this grown executive. Somebody put a magic spell on her. She turned to a little girl, but she still had to run her business while she was a little girl and stuff like that.
Is that the movie where? Oh no, I'm thinking of What Women Want. Okay, that's what I was.
You're lukewarm.
Yeah,
you're in the ballpark, but no, it's not. Basically, the same demographic that will go see that movie went to go see this movie. So obviously, I was drugged to this movie. But I want to see Hellboy. Fuck Hellboy. So I went to go see this movie. Basically, one of the selling points of this movie was the little girl in the movie. The little girl was executive. She's the youngest executive producer of any movie ever in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
So you ever heard of a show called Blackish?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's the little girl on Blackish.
Okay.
Not the one going to college, like the little one, the youngest one.
Okay.
So this is her movie. So she's executive producer, main actress, all the stuff up, and that's the movie. So, the movie was bad.
It was bad?
It was bad, like really bad. Not like
Okay,
Michael Jackson bad.
not like Michael Jackson.
No, it was bad. Like Clockwork Orange. Open your eyes and watch this shit bad. And it wasn't a performance like I said. I didn't make the connection with the little girl was from Blackish, and plus, like I said, the first time I don't watch Blackish like I should. I'm sorry, I heard him hand him a black card, but I just don't watch the show. But I remember her like she was first on the show, but looking at her now versus what she looked like then, she's older, so I didn't recognize her. But from what she was doing, she's a pretty good actress. I feel like she's gonna be somebody, later on down the road. Every other actress, the girl from the HBO show Insecure, she was in there. Good actress. So it was a bunch of good actors in there. The point was the story had no point to it. You ever watch a movie and it's just like nothing's happening?
Yeah.
That's what this was. Nothing was happening. There was no point. Even at the end of the movie when she was grown, went little, then went back grown, she learned nothing. She was still the same asshole she was when she was at the beginning of the movie. So I'm like, no, this movie was fucking pointless. But at the same time, I do feel like I had to support. But honestly, Eli, I got to give credit to Tyler Perry. I always trash Tyler Perry, but at the same time, you watch movies like these and you realize that it could be worse. Because at least the Tyler Perry movies, I do enjoy them, even though I'm suffering through them, but at least there's some chuckles here and there. But then when you see somebody trying to do what Tyler Perry does and they're not as good as him, that's what this is. It's like, okay. I'm sorry, Tyler Perry. I will gladly pay money to you as long as we don't get more shit like this. So, yeah, overall, I get the movie 2.5 out of 5. That's what I get it.
Oh, wow.
But I'm glad I supported her, the little girl. I do want her to succeed. So, yeah. Bye, Black.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, number 3, Hellboy. I know you want to give your review on that.
It was number 3?
Yeah.
I thought it would be worse.
No, it was number 3, even though it's still pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, am I reviewing it?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna let you take the floor.
Well, despite of all the, everyone shit all over this movie.
Honestly, that's the reason I didn't go watch it. I watched it right to the middle. Like, yep, never mind.
Yeah, but hey, I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, what that means for everybody else, probably nothing. But, this was a campy monster movie. I know the comic book movie genre is very saturated, and Marvel is owning the market right now on that. So I think people might be expecting comic book movies to be a certain caliber. But hey, like comic book movies and comic books, you have indie comics. You have your Marvel and DC that outsell everybody, and then you have the indie comic books that don't sell as much but are more hardcore and have more content you would not see in the big two.
Right, and they have that hardcore fan base also. Yeah,
that's what this is for. This is R-rated, bloody, gory violence that I was like, wow, the gore was like really surprised me, like bloody gore, over the top. It was like Army of Darkness. Just stupid, gory fun. Just dumb, campy. It's campy. It's Jason of the Argonauts. You know what I mean? It's a Sinbad movie. You know what I mean? It's like I said, Army of Darkness, Slither. It's a stupid horror comedy, and I had fun with it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I went in knowing that it was. After watching the second trailer, I realized what they were going for. They were going for over the top camp, right. a B movie, and that's exactly what this was. This was the anti-Marvel movie, So everything you're not going to see in Marvel, you got to see in this one, and I like Hellboy. I'm a Hellboy fan. I've read a lot of Hellboy. This comic, the comic book was based on, the movie this was based on is actually very close to it, So, yeah, it had a lot of Easter eggs. I guess there was 2 after credit scenes. I missed the second one. I didn't think there was going to be a second one. I did see one of them. Lobster Johnson was in it. He's a comic book character. They referenced Abe Sapien. Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, it was just a lot of fun. I know people. I was bummed out. I loved the original Hellboy movies, Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman. I love those movies. I'm bummed out that they never got to finish that trilogy.
Right.
But I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to see this new one because Guillermo del Toro didn't get to fucking do it."
And I think that's why the Rotten Tomato score was so low, because they were comparing it to the Del Toro
yeah.
movie.
And for everybody doing that, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because if you wanted to see the third Hellboy movie, well, then you should have saw the first fucking two, because those bombed. Nobody went and saw those fucking movies, which is the reason why he didn't get to make the third one. Right. So shut the fuck up, quit bitching. I went to a horror convention a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Doug Jones was there, the guy who plays Abe Sapien.
Right.
And
also Silver Surfer from Fast and
Fantastic Four. Yeah, he was there. I watched his panel, and they were talking about the Hellboy 3. Are they making Hellboy 3? And he's like, well, yeah, Guillermo wants to. He's got a script. He's ready to do it. But, the studio doesn't want to give him the budget because they've given him the budgets before, and his movie's bombed.
Right.
So everybody, please go see Crimson Peak. Please go see Pacific Rim. If you want to see this Hellboy 3, you need to fucking support his movies. Well, nobody did. And now that he won an Oscar, now they're all over his dick.
I'll be honest with you, I never even heard of Crimson Peak.
Yeah, that's his ghost story,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, everyone bitching. I mean, it's just stupid. Everyone saw, Hellboy 2 bombed.
Yeah.
It was released a week before The Dark Knight.
Right. And then like a month before that, it was like Hulk and Iron Man and shit like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Hellboy 2 bombed, and The Dark Knight, made history and all that shit. But I think people are looking at this is like Punisher Warzone.
Yeah.
It's just stupid fun. Right. Exploitation.
At the same time, Punisher Warzone was like catered to a specific audience. It wasn't made to be, a wide $1 billion movie. It was like for the fans of this character, it's made for them.
Yeah. So that's what that's like. Everyone expected Punisher Warzone to be this great, high piece of, highbrow art the way Dark Knight was. Right. And no, it's just a Punisher doing Punisher shit, exploitation action, just like this movie. This is a B monster movie. Okay. If you can't grasp that idea, then you're probably not going to like it. So, and that's fine. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was able to. I know the lore. I know the comic books, so I was able to follow along. I could see people, not getting into it because it's kind of like the way Aquaman was kind of crammed with a lot of shit.
Right.
I can see that. That's kind of similar, but because I enjoy the character, I like Hellboy as a character. I like the comics. I was able to follow along. I had no trouble. So if you don't know the comics, that ain't my fault. So I had a good time. So I don't care.
Okay.
So yeah, but everybody says it sucks. So what was that?
Okay. All right. So give me a score. You got to slap a score on it.
I 4 out of 5. I mean, I thought it was a little anticlimactic. Mm-hmm. Since the spoilers. Nimue in the comics, she turns into this big giant monster, dragon monster and shit at the end in the comic books. She doesn't do that in this one. So that was a little disappointing. But other than that, like I said, it was fun, just stupid, campy Godzilla shit, monsters fighting monsters. I mean, just the concept is stupid,
Okay.
So if you can't, it's just the concept of Hellboy, the son of the demon, the son of the devil, comes to Earth and fights monsters. If that doesn't turn you off, if that doesn't, pique your interest, then you're probably not going to like it. So, so yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. So, Hellboy 45. So sounds pretty interesting. We're going to keep going. We got number 4. We got Pet Sematary. We got number 5. We got Dumbo. We got number 6, Captain Marvel, still hanging in there. 7, Us. Number 8, After 2019. Whatever the fuck it is. 9, Missing Link. Ooh, that movie debuted also. So that movie bombed. Whatever that is.
Oh, that's that cartoon about Bigfoot or something?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
And number 10, The Best of Enemies. So, yeah, so that's what we got. Box office. Pretty much the calm before the storm, because next week nothing really comes out this week. So pretty much going to be Shazam again. And next week, what comes out after that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the big boy time then. So. we'll see what happens then. But yeah, it's gonna be Avengers. Hopefully, they don't drop any more they don't want any spoilers, any more clips, any more trailers, any more teasers. Nothing. Don't do anything, Marvel. Just, I mean, you've already sold out everywhere in the country and on the planet. You don't have to sell us on this movie anymore.
Yeah,
so, that's my thing. But like I said, Disney has been making more news all over this week, and it hadn't been nothing, and it's nothing to do with Marvel, which for a change. Actually, they finally had this. What it was like this summit, this conference or something they had. I can't remember. It was something. Anyway, they announced a new streaming service.
Okay, yeah.
They announced a new streaming service. A new streaming service is going to be called Disney Plus, and they even announced the price with it already. It's going to be $6.99 a month, which is insane. But all the stuff they said they're going to launch at launch time. So right now, Disney Plus consists of course, Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. Now, why does National Geographic sound so weird? Because that was owned by Fox, but now Disney owns it. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing. And they said Disney Plus at launch will have every single Simpson episode ever made on there at launch. So,
okay.
For some people, that say it might be worth it for that alone.
That's cool.
Of course, every Marvel's movie is going to be on there. Every Disney movie is going to be on there. Every Star Wars movie is going to be. But they didn't say at launch. They said by the end of the year, all the first 6 Star Wars movies will all be on there.
And I'm sure the Clone Wars, because I don't know if anybody noticed, the Clone Wars are no longer on Netflix.
Eventually, everything's going away from Netflix. Like all the Disney stuff, you're just going to see it just trickle away from there. So, like I said, Black Panther's on there right now. I think Infinity War is on there. All this stuff's going to go away. All those Pixar movies, it's going to slowly go away from there. So,
yeah.
And the funny thing is, the moment that Disney announced this streaming service, I think their stock went up 10 points, and Netflix went down 3 points because it's getting harder and harder to justify Netflix now. You got so much stuff out there. You okay, all the Netflix Marvel, no Punisher, no Daredevil. Why am I here? Even the stuff that I did now it's gone. Why am I here? I guess you got some original stuff on there, but Netflix has to figure something out because Disney's coming. They got more stuff coming with them.
Yeah, they better hold on to that Stranger Things and what else is on there? Black Mirror or whatever.
Umbrella Academy. You got all this stuff there.
Yeah, shit like that. I mean, they had the Marvel shows, but now
all of those are dead. So
yeah.
And not only that, they're gonna bring Disney Plus is also bringing original content to their streaming service. Now, I'm gonna let you go, but before I let you go, Eli, I want to say the stuff I gotta say first because I want to say the Marvel stuff they have coming out first. So, like I said, they got Falcon and Winter Soldier, got their own buddy cop drama coming out. I guess they fight to the death. The winner becomes Captain America. I don't know. So that's that. Hawkeye has his own show. With Jeremy Renner. I think I saw a synopsis of it. They're basically saying he's going to be training his replacement. That Kate Bishop girl or whatever.
Okay.
I think they said that's the show. I'm wondering how much will they curb or borrow from the Matt Fraction comic. Probably less than 0%, but I'm hopeful. Oh, and not only that, we have a romantic comedy road trip show with Wanda and Vision.
It's going to be a romantic comedy?
I don't know. I just made this shit up.
Well, don't, because then that totally doesn't interest me.
It would interest me. I want to see that. Look, she's living at home with her battery-operated boyfriend. I want to see how they make it work.
It's going to be like that show Small Wonder.
I was just going to say that Small Wonder, exactly.
Oh, no.
Not compute. Oh, you. So, yeah, they have next door neighbors across the street.
Where are my pants?
Come on, tell me that doesn't interest you. Let me be a writer on WandaVision. I can do what they did with Small Wonder. Just take a pound of cocaine and make a TV show about a girl robot.
No, Vision can't drink water. Why was I programmed to feel pain?
This show is going to be nothing like this, Eli. You're killing my expectations now. Oh, shit. So, yeah, that's all the Marvel shows they have coming out. And here's the thing now. A lot of you is wondering, why should I be excited for these Marvel shows? Didn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. do this shit? And then Netflix shows do this shit? And none of that shit was, really tied into the movies? Well, this is a different scenario. See, Kevin Feige runs the movie side. as far as the TV side, he had no say so or even care about what they did on the side. So he didn't care what Netflix did, what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did, or what Agent Carter did. That's somebody else running that shit. However, these shows, since they're on the Disney Plus, they're completely under his supervision. So they're going to be tied directly into the movie. Whatever happens on these shows will affect the movies and vice versa. So it's not going to be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just over here and we're just going to pretend like that don't exist. No, it's not that. This is a thing. So might want to pay attention to those shows because it will, affect that. So like I said the Marvel side of it, Eli. Now I'm going to hand it over to you. Now, I don't want you to get too deep. I just been talking about just one specific show on the Star Wars side that they're coming out with.
Well, which one? There's the Clone Wars and the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can talk about both. I thought it was only one, but apparently it's two. That's how much I've been paying attention.
Well, they're finally finishing the Clone Wars, which is cool. Which is, like I said, the Clone Wars is no longer on Netflix, which kind of bums me out because I was like always watching that shit.
I think they took Clone Wars off Netflix like a while ago.
No, it's been a couple weeks now.
Okay.
We had another snow day this week, and I went to, my kid was home, and that's one of her shows she likes watching. She likes the sword fights and shit and lightsabers. And it's like, damn, there's no Clone Wars. Damn it. Oh well. So, but yeah, they're finishing. They're getting to finish the Clone Wars. Filoni's in charge again, and then also the Mandalorian, which, holy shit, that might be the fucking thing I'm most excited about all year. After I watched the panel and I watched the leaked footage, I didn't give a fuck. I watched the leaked footage. Holy fuck, my dick is so hard for that shit right now. Yeah, Carl Weathers plays some gangster.
Carl Weathers?
Yep.
Apollo Creed?
Yep, he's on there. He was on the panel. Gina Carano, ex-MMA fighter. She was in Deadpool. She's going to be on there as like a ex-rebel shock trooper turned bounty hunter and shit. It showed her, getting down with a big-ass laser gun and shit. It showed like footage. It showed, behind-the-scenes footage. Some clips, and then they had like a couple of scenes, like actual a preview of the show, where the it's confirmed it's not Boba Fett, or they're not, it's not supposed to be Boba Fett. It's just a Mandalorian gunslinger, badass bounty hunter,
and I'm
gangster
fine with
dude.
that. I'm fine with that. Yeah,
like a Western, like a man with no name, going down to just doing dirt, scum and villainy shit.
The Mandalorian with no name.
Yeah, and he goes, he goes to meet Carl Weathers, and he said, "I got a job for you, and go meet this dude." Then he goes and meets Werner Herzog, Madman director Werner Herzog, Fitzcarraldo, Agar the Wrath of God, nutty fucking, the guy who made Grizzly Man, the guy who got eaten by the bear and shit.
Okay.
That dude, he plays some fucking space gangster, and he has a bunch of stormtroopers like got his back and shit. And I was like, holy fuck, I never knew how much I needed Werner Herzog in the Star Wars universe until I saw that.
Didn't they say it was going to be like a different director every episode?
Yeah, they got Taika Waititi directing. They got Jon Favreau running the show. Dave Filoni is directing, it'll be his first live action directing besides, because he did the Clone Wars, the cartoon and shit. So yeah, there's a bunch of directors they got directing each episode. But it just showed footage, and holy fuck, it showed like an IG-88 doing like shooting and shit, and the Mandalorian riding a dewback, those big giant lizards and shit, fucking speeder bike chases. It just looks fucking cool. I was like, holy fuck, this is what I've been waiting for, to branching out of the Star Wars universe. You know what I'm saying? Getting to see the other side. So yeah, looks fucking dope, and they got me sold. I'm getting Disney Plus. Just for that.
Damn, so you're sold already.
Yeah. I guess I'll watch WandaVision too. But
I mean, I don't know. We hyped it up so much, it might lower your expectations. So, yeah, it sounds awesome. So that's all the Disney Plus stuff coming out, plus National Geographic and stuff like that. So that being said, there was another panel, but let's just jump into it. Mm-hmm. The trailer. Star Wars. Yeah. They finally announced it. Rise of Skywalker. Eli, what you think about it?
I'm like I said, my dick's been hard all weekend.
Okay, you
I'm a
might.
Star Wars.
They
I'm
have a
in the
medicine
bag
for
for
that,
this
but
shit.
you know.
Yeah, the Star Wars Celebration. It
Yep.
was in Chicago. That's like 7 hours away from me. I wanted to go. I looked at the tickets, fucking sold out whole weekend. So I was gonna use it was happening right around tax season, but
Yep.
then it sold out, and then of course some asshole in office fucked up my taxes, so I wasn't being able to afford to go anyways. But so yeah, I wanted to go. But yeah, I sat and watched all the panels on YouTube all weekend and shit. So I'm excited. What do we want to do? We want to go through. We want to break it down or what?
I don't know how much breakdown I can do. I mean, I watched like once or twice. I didn't like,
I watched the shit out of it.
freeze frame it or.
I didn't freeze frame nothing, but I did watch it a bunch of times.
I saw enough of it. I saw enough
Yeah.
of it just to get a good, glimpse of it. Like I said, we know that Luke Skywalker was narrating the whole time. We knew he was coming back. I mean, Mark Hamill confirmed it himself. Rey is back in her old get up or whatever.
Yeah, jumping over the TIE fighter.
Yeah, we don't really know what they're fighting or are they training. We don't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Could they be training? Could they be fighting? Who's Luke talking to? Is he talking to Rey? Is it a flashback where he's talking to fucking Kylo?
Right. We don't know. It could be anybody he's talking to. I will say this. They show Poe. Is it me or did he look exactly like Nathan Drake out of Uncharted?
They're saying that, yeah, that they're comparing his outfit and shit.
It actually took me out of the trailer when I saw it. I was like, wait, is this Uncharted? So that's that thing. I don't know why they did that. That's cool. It's cool that the whole gang is together for the first time, like ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because like two movies, like it was weird. Like you watched In the Last Jedi, and you see Poe and Rey shake hands. You're like, oh damn, they never met. Like
I suppose.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, okay, so this is weird. So this is the first time like the trio is together again. So that's pretty interesting to have them all at one time. And it seems like they're the folk instead of like some, old person in the show. Even though Lando Calrissian is back.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it's Lando Calrissian and everybody else. Like we're seeing like Luke was the focal point in the last movie and Han was the focal point in this movie. It's just like Lando was just a person in there.
Yeah, flying the Millennium Falcon.
Back in the Millennium Falcon. He's happy to be with it again.
Yeah.
He's wearing the same outfit that Donald Glover was wearing in Solo.
Yeah. I like that shot of Kylo Ren stabbing the guy with the side blade of his... Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Stabbed him with the thing and lifted him up and shit. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, who is he fighting?
Yeah.
Who is he stabbing? So that's going to be...
Fucking, he's putting his mask back together and shit.
Yep.
Speeder bike chases and what else was in there? Of course, the wreckage of the Death Star.
That's what I was going to add. That's what I'm going to ask you. Was that the Death Star at the end? Because it definitely looked like it. So they have to be on Endor.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, it probably crash landed on Endor. Yeah. They're in the wreckage, and people are freaking out. They're bringing back another Death Star. Like, no, it's the old one.
It's the wreckage. Obviously, something is in there.
Yeah, and then of course the laugh.
The laugh. Emperor Palpatine. It was nobody else but Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, and if you watch the panel, they showed the trailer. They debuted the trailer. Everybody heard the laugh and went nuts, and then the lights came up. Mm-hmm. And Ian McDiarmid was on stage. The guy who plays Emperor Palpatine was on stage, lit up under a spotlight, and the crowd went nuts. And then he got on the mic, and in his Emperor voice, he went, "Roll it again." And the crowd went,
"Do it."
Yeah. So, yeah, I look fucking. Yeah, I'm sold. I mean, I love The Last Jedi. I know it's a divisive movie, and me and Anthony started screaming at each other last night again because he hated it, and I didn't. And I'm excited for this movie. He's not. So,
Eli, I'm gonna just say I feel like I'm in the middle ground between you two because, like I said, you're sold on this movie. I'm not sold on this movie. I know that's sacrilegious and heresy to say that because, like I said, I eat shit and bleed Star Wars just like every other nerd does. But I'm not sold on this movie. And I didn't even have a problem with Last Jedi. But here's my problem with this movie. I feel like, and I can feel it right now, this movie is reactionary. This movie is a group tank, or a focus test group, basically taking down notes. Okay, what is every Star Wars fan bitching about? Okay, change it, do that. We get a big bag, get Emperor Palpatine in there. Make Rey a Snoke or a Kenobi or a Luke Skywalker, or whatever the fuck we want to do. Bring in more lightsabers. Anything the fans were strap some duct tape to Luke Skywalker's dick and take out a whole fleet of an army just like that, because that's what the fans want to see. And I think like everything they're doing, they're just going to course correct and just give the fans what they want. Because the thing is, with Star Wars fans, they don't care whether it's a good movie or not. They could give a shit whether or not it's a good movie. All they want is what they came to see. Just give me what I want. Because honestly, whatever you want to say about Last Jedi was a good movie. I mean, cinematography-wise, pacing-wise, I feel like as a movie-wise, it's one of the better Star Wars movies. It just didn't do what a Star Wars fan want it to do. So that's why they was bitching the whole time about it. So this movie, JJ is back. He's just going to give the fans what they want. Rey's or whatever, Skywalker, whatever. Death Star's back. Palpatine is back. What else you want? It's here. Love me again. I'm sorry I fucked up, baby. I'm back.
Yeah, I think Rey is still nobody. And as far as the Skywalker, I don't think they're bringing anybody back. Palpatine. Palpatine could be a Force ghost, but that's not unheard of in the Star Wars universe. And that actually makes sense.
I just have a feeling, Eli, Rey is going to be somebody. Now, I know the last movie says she's a nobody, and I'm fine with her being a nobody. But I feel like this movie is going to be reactionary and make her somebody. Just because it's one of the things the fans are bitching about. Oh, she has to be somebody. She can be somebody, even though they kind of completely missed the point of what the movie was trying to say. Like, you don't have to be tied to this or tied to that. The Force or the Chosen One could be anybody. It's not a destiny. And since they missed the point of that, she's going to be somebody. She's going to be related to this. Somebody. Lando. I don't know. Shit.
Well, Anthony had a nice, interesting idea thinking that she might be, that Palpatine might have created her in the same way he created Anakin, which I thought that sounds pretty interesting. But
it doesn't, but I could see them doing that.
I don't think it's that far-fetched. And then just the title, Rise of Skywalker, I don't think it's a literal fucking title. I think Skywalker is now an ideal, which still coincides with The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi are done. The Jedi's ended. Skywalker, the legend of Luke, at the end of Last Jedi, all those kids in the stables talking about Luke, sparking the rebellion, sparking the hope. He's more of an ideal now. And that's what this is. That's what the title means. It's the rise of this new ideal. This new Skywalker. So
Skywalker is going to be synonymous with basically rebellion.
Yeah, or a philosophy. The Jedi are dead. They're going to be called Skywalker now. It's a new way of the Force. And Rey
that sounds bold, Eli. That sounds bold. That sounds like a risk.
And Rey is the new one. She's the first Skywalker in this new era. You're
giving them too much hope, Eli. You're giving them too much hope. You're saying they're going to take risk with this.
They did with the last movie.
And look what happened. That's my whole point. They took risks with the last movie, and look what happened. They bitch off a bunch of whiny fanboys that just want everything checked off their boxes that they brought in with the movie. Now, they're not. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think there's going to be no risk in this movie whatsoever. They're going to give you everything you've been bitching about for the last 2 years. They're just going to give it to you, so you can love them again, because they want to make money. That's the thing about George Lucas. George Lucas didn't give a fuck about. And I hate to give him, I feel like I'm giving him credit, but I'm going to do this. He didn't give a fuck about focus testing or what should he do based on what the fans want. He made what the fuck he wanted to make. Love it, hate it, it was what he wanted to make. And we will never see anything like that again, where one guy had that much power over one franchise, or franchise that big. You will never see that again, because Hollywood is too big and too controlling that somebody has to put their input in. Even Kevin Feige doesn't have input like that. It's a guy over him telling him what the fuck to do. I
don't know. They got, Kelly Marie Tran was there. She's still in it. She was one of the biggest bitches or complaints. Not the biggest bitches, but the complaints of the last movie.
Right.
And she's still there. She got a standing ovation.
In the trailer.
Yeah, but she got a standing ovation at the panel. She started crying and everything. I mean, I don't think they're focusing on the assholes. I think they're focusing on the people who still want to see it. I think Solo proved that, hey, people aren't going to see this shit. So let's focus on the people who are, and that's why I think, yeah, I think they're going to stay true to where they were going in the first place, And as far as, bringing Palpatine back, that it does make sense. If they're going to stick with the Skywalker saga, then it would make sense that in some remnants that, yeah, the presence of Palpatine is still around. And Kylo Ren communing with his Sith, ghost makes sense because he's the offspring of Anakin. So I can see that. And that's not unheard of. I mean, in the Clone Wars, fucking Yoda spoke to the ghost of Darth Bane. In the comics, Darth Vader raised the ghost to help him build his castle on Mustafar. So it's not that, exaggerated of an idea, to have him come back. I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing it.
I'm gonna see the movie no matter what, Eli. I'm not saying I'm not gonna see. I'm gonna see the movie. I'm just saying my antenna is up, my guard is up, because I feel like they're just gonna be reactionary. I feel like this is gonna be a course correction. Instead of just, okay, this is the plan we have, this is how we're going to execute that plan. I don't feel like that's what they're doing. But like I said, if I'm completely wrong about that, I will completely eat my words when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, people are acting like Palpatine coming back is like this big stupid thing. I'm like,
because there was no hint or tease or anything that Palpatine had a chance to come back. It's just like, oh, Palpatine's back. Fuck it. We fucked up the last movie. What do we need? Bring somebody else back.
Yeah. I mean, but shit. I mean, Marvel kills somebody and brings them back in every fucking movie.
That's Marvel. Here's the thing. Marvel.
They're gonna do it. They killed everybody in the last movie.
Look, let's keep this real. Marvel can get away with shit other people can't get away with.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. If anybody else would do that shit, if the DCEU did half the shit that Marvel did, they get crucified for it. But Marvel gets a free pass for shit.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, Marvel's like the Trump of franchises.
Right. I've seen it happen too many times, but I'm just like, oh well, fuck it, it's Marvel. They do what they want to do.
Yeah, they're all bitching about Palpatine coming back, but like shit, half the fucking cast is dead and they're gonna come back in this one.
And pretend like this shit never happened. They even got movies out for the people that's already dead.
Yeah, they have to use the magic mitten to bring everybody back, and they're gonna act like it's this big height of drama.
Right. it's just really retcon everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, the more they bitch, the more that shit, they would be crucified.
They're making me think about how stupid all the Marvel movies are.
Right. But Marvel can do that. They're the popular kid. The popular kid can get away with shit.
Yeah. I was saying it on like Guy said, like the Marvel fans are like Harvard grads, they're like entitled douchebags and shit.
Right. With the Carnegie sweater tied around.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But I think that's all we can say about Rise of Skywalker. I hate the fucking name. I say that, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it. It's like Rise of Skywalker. Well, who the fuck's the Skywalker? It can't be. I started thinking it can't be Rey. Are they talking about Kylo? It's like there's no way they're going to redeem. As much as people are saying, "Oh, I want to see the Kylo and Rey get together and have a twin or whatever," I was like, "Nah, that's going to be stupid."
Yeah, it's going to be really fucked up when they find out they're related.
Yeah. But then I thought about it. I was like, the Rise of Skywalker. Well, who's left? And I thought about Leia. No, Leia's dead. Yep. Like, who is it? Then I just thought of The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, well, it's right there. It makes sense. If they're gonna stick with what they were, the ending of the Jedi. The Jedi. It's time for the Jedi to end. Well, it's time for a new beginning. This is the gray Jedi that people think is stupid.
Well, see, that means that you're saying that they're going to tie in what they did to the last movie with this one, which I don't think they are.
Yeah.
I mean, let the past die, kill it if you have to. They're going to forget that. Fuck it. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? I mean, hey,
one trailer. We've only seen one trailer.
We've only seen, and like these are theories, and everyone's theory sucks.
Right. So. They can have another trailer. We're gonna throw all that shit out the window.
Who gives a shit?
Okay. Now that being said, we move on to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the video game section where I didn't play any video games this week. But you didn't either. But you have news. Sticking to Star Wars.
I guess. Yeah. They announced the Fallen Jedi, or what's it called?
I don't know.
Fallen Jedi Order? What's it called again?
I guess.
Oh, sorry, you caught me off guard. I'm not prepared. I usually do the video game news.
I know. I should have paid more attention to it, but I did.
Fallen Jedi Order. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
it a
just
fighting game? Is it?
it's a like a one person adventure game, single player. You're playing as I guess it takes place between episode 3 and episode 4. One of a Padawan that survived Order 66 is
Okay.
basically in hiding, and you play as him, and you got to conceal your Jedi powers and shit, and yeah. So it sounds interesting. It's got the guy who played Jerome from Gotham,
Oh,
the
okay.
joke, the
Okay.
Joker dude.
Yeah.
He's like playing the main character, and it's just yeah. It's I guess it'll be like Dark. What's it called? Darklighter. What's his name? Dark Force Rising. What's that game called? We played as the Jedi.
I
Dark.
think I remember Jedi Academy. I
Yeah.
remember Jedi Academy. I don't remember anything
No,
else.
no, no. Where he was in. He ended up. He fought Darth Vader in that game and shit. You could play as Darth Vader. What was that game called? Dark
Oh,
Force.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna. I
That
guess
Devil
it's
May
supposed
Cry
to be like.
ripoff.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of like that. Only
Jedi May Cry.
you're gonna be a Jedi, a Padawan who has been in hiding. So
Okay.
looks pretty cool. It didn't show any gameplay. It just showed a bunch of cutscenes, and it looked cool. So
Oh, no gameplay. Okay. All right, we'll talk about that nothing then.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Sounds pretty cool. Okay, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the part where we actually pay the bills. We actually talk about the comic books this week, and we're gonna just dig into it. Eli, I think you got way more books than I do.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you go first. I won't want to say how many I got, but you got more than I do.
Okay, well, I'll do the retro review.
Okay.
So since Hellboy just came out, I went back and I read a Hellboy comic I never read before. This is Hellboy in Mexico, and it actually the movie takes a little bit of inspiration from this comic. It's just a one shot called Hellboy in Mexico, aka The Drunken Blur. And it basically originated from an idea that Mike Mignola had. He was sketching around and he drew a picture of Hellboy fighting like a luchador wrestler in Mexico, and never did anything with it. It was just a drawing he did. He was bored, and then he decided, you know what? There was a period in his life he never wrote about in Hellboy. So he says, oh, why don't I'll write about this. Hellboy goes to Mexico and teams up with luchadors and shit. So that's what this is. It's Mexico, 1982. It starts out Abe Sapien and Hellboy. They're in the Mexican desert, ready to get picked up, from doing a job. Abe is like, it's too sunny. I got to get someplace, cool because I'm a fish and shouldn't be out in the desert. So they find like an old rundown gas station. And they're chilling out, waiting. And on the gas station wall, there's a bunch of photos of luchador wrestlers, the guys with the masks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking at all these pictures. And then Abe, he sees a picture of Hellboy posing with a bunch of luchador wrestlers. And it says something 1956, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And Hellboy's like, oh, yeah. And then starts the flashback. So back to 1956, Hellboy was a new employee at the BPRD, and they went down to Mexico because there was an outbreak of evil and monsters going around in all the little Mexican village. So Hellboy teams up with these three brothers. They're luchador wrestlers, and they go around killing these monsters and vampires and shit. And that's what they do. They fight monsters during the day, and they party all night. And one night, they're all kind of drunk and partying, and the youngest brother named Esteban, he gets attacked by vampires and disappears. And Hellboy and his two other brothers, they go search around for him. And they track him down to this old Aztec pyramid where all these vampires are holding wrestling matches inside this pyramid. And Esteban is now a vampire. Hellboy's like, come on, hey, we came here to save you. And Esteban's like, fuck you. He blames you left me to die. You should have been protecting me. And they end up fighting. And they have like a wrestling match in the ring. And that's what in the new movie, yeah, there's a scene where Hellboy wrestles a luchador vampire in Mexico and shit.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, so Hellboy ends up killing him. He impales him on the turnbuckle. Kills him and shit. Um, you know, before the wrestler turns into this big bat monster. Flying around and shit, and then Hellboy kills him. And then he ends up, taking off and kind of goes on a binge after that. He feels bad for not, protecting the kid, the youngest brother. So he kind of goes on a drunken blur. And 5 months later, it shows the agents of the BPRD, finding Hellboy all passed out in a bar in Mexico, and hey HB, we come to bring you back. So they bring him back, and then it comes back to modern day, and Hellboy still telling Abe the stories. Like, yeah, but all the monster attacks stopped after that, so that's pretty cool. So they end up getting the chopper comes in, they end up getting picked up, and then it shows in the epilogue, it shows this movie theater in Mexico, and all these little kids are in the theater watching these luchador wrestling matches. And it's shit. And they're all old black and white footage. It's in 1956, and it shows footage of Hellboy wrestling these luchadors. And the kids in the audience are like, Hellboy, Hellboy, Hellboy. And then it ends. So kind of cool story. The movie took inspiration from this, it was just a one shot. So I wanted to read it because I never read this one yet. And it was cool. It was fun. I enjoy the Hellboy stories. I like the mythology. I like Hellboy as a character. This persecuted monster that people think who people fear, but he's actually a really nice guy, and he struggles, with his identity, and as far as his destiny, he's destined to bring the world to an end, but he's just trying to be a good dude and shit, and being a misunderstood. I like that Frankenstein element. I've always enjoyed Hellboy, so. Yeah, I dig this. This was a 5 out of 5. Go back and read Hellboy in Mexico.
Nice. It's on Comixology. Comics Unlimited on Comixology. So I might pick up some Hellboy and just check it out from there. So cool.
Yeah, and they're unconventional. Yeah, Hellboy is an unconventional comic. And I think that's what drew Guillermo del Toro to Hellboy, because he's an unconventional filmmaker.
Right.
So it's out of the box. Hellboy's not. It pushes the envelope as far as story and comic book art and all that shit. So I enjoy it. So.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Next book I'm gonna review is, I think, the one we both read. I'm gonna cross my fingers and say we both read. The Batman Who Laughs, number 4.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You read it, so we can. I guess
I know I sound thrilled. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you sound thrilled about it. I know you. We both read it. I'll narrate it. You kind of just chime in how we go along. Well, basically how the book starts off is that basically the last time we left off is that Batman just stopped taking the Joker venom and just let it just take over his body, whatever like that. And he was making that same visor out of the dark metal that the Batman Who Laughs had. Alfred sees him and takes the visor from him and smacks the shit out of him, telling him, Bruce, you're going too far. You taking it too far. You just lying. You won't cross. So Bruce kind of loses his mind, starts grabbing Alfred by the throat, telling him, you're not shit. You're not my real dad. You've basically all the most hurtful shit he could ever say to Alfred. He just says to him right there, And Alfred just man, just stop talking. Don't kill me. Don't cross the line. Don't say something to do something that you can't take back. And then they hug and embrace each other afterwards. But Alfred just lets him go. So he lets him go. He's got on the Batman Who Laughs visor, going around the city, because with that visor on, he can kind of see the dark energy of where they might pull out the next Bruce Wayne, because they've been killing Bruce Waynes all over the multiverse. Yeah. So he takes him to a Black Gate, where this abandoned place at Black Gate where he goes. He goes there. Before he goes there, he sees this guy named Dave. Well, he sees this guard and puts a gun to his face. And he tells the guard, look, I know who you are. You're David Harper. You're 29. You got a wife. You got a kid. Don't do this. I'm the real Batman. I'm not some crazy clone Batman that's around here. You're like, okay. So Batman keeps walking. Eventually, he crosses over to the other multiverse also, where he goes to Blackgate, and he sees the warden of the Blackgate on that multiverse, which is Bruce Wayne. He's telling him, hey, you're in trouble. You need to come with me. So he takes that Bruce Wayne, goes back to the regular side of the multiverse. But then the other guards see Batman down there. They keep thinking he's the Batman Who's Last, so they get ready. They come down there to attack him. Batman throws something down there to kind of like hold them off a little bit. While they're doing it, David Harper, the guard, presses some button on his arm, and his glass shield comes down. And he's like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing? I told you I'm not the Batman who laughs." And David Harbour says, "Yeah, I know," and slits the throat of Bruce Wayne, the Warden Bruce Wayne, right there in front of him. He's like, "What the hell?" He was like, "Yeah, you didn't. I was already 2 steps ahead of you, Bruce. I already knew what the hell you were gonna do." And he took his mask off, and it's the Batman who laughs, like the real Batman who laughs. And he puts his mask back on, see the other guards, and he tells other guards that are coming down, "Hey, Batman killed this. He killed Bruce Wayne. Kill him." And then they open fire on him, and that's how the book ends.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of other shit I left out. The Grim Knight is now hunting Gordon with a bunch of hounds, and Batman made Joker promise he'd kill him when it was all over with, and Jim Gordon Jr. doing some bullshit. I can't remember. But overall, that's it. I know you're not too thrilled about this book. I'm loving this book.
It's just he's still going crazy, man. He's been going crazy for 4 issues.
Crazier.
It's not doing nothing, man. It's like,
I mean, he can't go too crazy. It's Batman. You want Batman to just you're in the same boat I was last week.
I'm like fucking like the Grim Knight #1 last week, and he's not in this one now. Like, and they got 2 issues of the 6 issues. They got 2 left to make some shit happen.
Yeah,
and
but
he's still
Batman's not gonna kill anybody, and it's not gonna happen.
Or something like it shows the Crows attacking Gordon in one panel. Yep. I'm like, hey, cool. The Crows are attacking Gordon.
You know what I keep hoping for? This whole thing is like a multiverse what if story, and it's really the origin of another Batman who laughs.
I don't know, man.
I would prefer that. That way, because it would give you exactly what you're looking for Batman just fucking cut loose and become the Batman who laughs. Because if he comes back, he can just really do some fucked up shit.
Well, it feels like Metal. Like Metal was all this build up for like 5 issues, and then they just half-ass it up in the last issue to wrap everything up. Let's destroy the whole universe and put it all back together in one issue.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like. I mean, there was some interesting stuff. The scene with Alfred and Bruce, I gotta say, that was quite moving.
Yeah. I mean, because he was hurting Alfred without hurting Alfred, if it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he was strangling him, and then he fucking, oh shit, I'm about to, choke Alfred, and then they hug. I mean, that was cool. Yep. But then it was just more of, oh, I'm going crazy, and all this shit that, where's the Grim Knight? Where's Gordon's son? Where's all this shit that you keep throwing in here, but nobody does anything? And, oh, cool, the Crows attack Gordon. That would be cool, you know? And then it ends, and like, oh, another cliffhanger where they're not going to do anything with it the next issue. That's what it feels like, it's just kind of disappointing. It's like a lot of build up and no payoff for me, and it just keeps dragging. You know what I mean?
Well, we got 2 more issues. We'll see where they go.
I know. Only 2.
Either way, I'm still gonna give the book a 4 out of 5. I'm enjoying it.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not totally terrible. I'm just was hoping for some shit. We're 4 issues in. It's almost over now.
Here's the thing. I'm still in anticipation mode. It's like you waiting for something to happen. I'm still enjoying the build up. I know something is gonna happen.
Yeah, which is they keep building more shit up, building it up and building more shit. Oh yeah, and now this is happening now. And
I'm expecting a huge payoff. That's me. That's why I'm enjoying the build up.
Yeah, it better be.
I could have had a V8.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, I'm gonna let you go next. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do Detective 1001 here.
I didn't read this, but I did want to read this. So okay.
It's pretty cool. I'm glad I read this after fucking Batman Who Laughs. So this is the rise of the Arkham Knight. So a bunch of bats are being killed, like bats, literal bats, are dying all over Gotham City.
Okay.
Batcave. They're all over the streets of Gotham, just bat carcasses all over the place. Batman's wondering what the fuck is going on. He goes to what's his name? Kurt Langstrom, Man-Bat. His daughter goes and tracks her down. She injects herself with the Man-Bat serum, and because she's going crazy, because she can hear all the screams of the bats, it's driving her nuts. So she decides, if I inject myself with the serum, maybe I'll stop hearing the screams. So she injects herself, turns into the Man-Bat or Woman-Bat, Sorry to assume anybody's gender or misgender anybody.
Right.
Where she turns into the bat creature. Batman surfs her all through the fucking city. And while that's going on, the Knights of the Sun, they call themselves, I believe. The Knights of the Sun.
Okay.
This new gang in town, who hate Batman. They want to take Batman out, and they basically set off a bomb in Gotham at night, but it's not a regular bomb. It's like some sort of like nuclear fusion bomb that turns night into day.
Okay.
So they're trying to eliminate the shadows and bring out the Batman. So they turn night into day, and there's a bunch of them. They're all dressed up in this weird armor. And they all start attacking Batman. Their armor, is repelling all his weapons and shit. They've got arrows that are piercing his armor, so they've done their homework. Okay. They know what Batman can do and how to fucking how to attack him and shit. And they basically fuck him up. And then the Arkham Knight shows up, and he's like, "Yep, your reign is over. The night is no longer. We are here to bring light to the darkness." And then it just ends there. So pretty fucking cool. This was cool. Tomasi, I'm excited. So good first issue to this run. I'm down.
Okay, I might have to get caught up. I might have to stay aboard on that one. See what's going on.
4 out of 5. Yeah. No, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay. All right. Next book I got is Superman number 10. I think I might be fucking the number up. I didn't look at it, but I think it's Superman 10. Basically, this book is last book we left off. Jonathan Kent was telling a story about how he was bouncing around from multiverse to multiverse, and I ended up in another weird multiverse where Superwoman is trying to kill him. And of course, Superwoman is Lois, so he thinks it's this evil version of his mom trying to kill him, and he don't want to fight her because it's his mom. So before she gets ready to kill him or beat his ass, all of a sudden Jor-El pops out of nowhere. So Jor-El has been hopping around all over the multiverse looking for Jonathan Kent. Found him, had this big ass gun when he shot Superwoman. He was like, "Okay, Jonathan, you ready to go?" You're like, "Yeah." So he teleports them out of there back to his ship. He was like, "Okay, Jonathan, where the hell you been?" He was like, "Well, I've been bouncing around for years, and I've been trapped and been beaten, by this evil version of my father, and he just left me in this volcano. I couldn't get out." So, and Jor-El was like, "Do you know what I had to do? What I had to sacrifice to find you? Because you were lost not only in time, but you were lost in space also. I didn't know if you was ahead of time, behind time." We're in space, because the same time you went, something happened with the Source Wall, and I think that's that thing we were talking about in Justice League where the Source Wall got destroyed. So Jor-El keeps freaking out, talking about something. I made this deal to find you, and then they're gonna come collect and stuff like that. And of course he gives Jonathan his Superboy suit also, and Jonathan's like, "What are you talking about, Granddad?" And before he can talk, all of a sudden the hull of the ship breaks open, and in comes in Rogol Zaar again. Okay. Yeah, so he's ready to beat some ass. But before he can do anything, Jor-El takes his little teleporting stick and he points it at Jonathan and teleports him back to planet Earth, where his parents are. So that's where they're finally caught back up. And Superman is asking Jonathan in the story. He was like, "That creature that came in there, can you describe him?" And he was like, "Yeah," and basically describing exactly how Rogol Zaar looked. And then Lois could look at Superman's face, just drop down. She was like, "How bad are we talking?" And he just looks like it's really bad. If he's back, he's really bad. So he's like, "Okay, Jonathan, you ready to head back out there?" He's like, "Already? Yeah, we got to go. We got to find Jor-El, and I'm gonna have a conversation with him about everything that happened." So he's like, "First, how are we gonna find him?" You're like, "I don't know." But before they can do that, as soon as Superman touches him, they teleport back out to space. Actually, where the spaceship is. When they get out there, it's an all-out war. The Thanagarians, the Randarians, Kardashians, I'm just making up shit. I don't know. They're all fighting each other out in space, and they don't know what the fuck's going on. So, and that's how the book ends. So, yeah, pretty cool story. Like I said, nobody else likes Bendis except me. I'm still reading, still enjoying the story. I'm gonna give it a solid 4 out of 5. I'm still enjoying it. I feel like there's a build up to go in this also. Finally, hopefully, we'll find out what the fuck's going on with Rogol Zaar, and maybe Superman will finally beat this guy, because he's kicked his ass at least 3 or 4 times right now. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's it. That's all the books I got. So.
Oh, well, shit. I'll do these 2 Star Wars Age of Rebellion real quick. Princess Leia #1 and Grand Moff Tarkin #1. Princess Leia, really cool. It's takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Jedi. She's basically trying. She has just gotten the Boushh or Boushh. You know the bounty hunter she disguised herself as in
I don't
Return of the
remember
Jedi.
the name of. I remember she did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Boushh or Boushh. I never knew how to pronounce it.
Okay, so
But
was that a real bounty hunter she disguised as? Or she
Yeah.
just made up a identity.
No, she killed that guy and took his armor. It
Didn't know
fit
that.
her.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So she basically goes and rescues Lando from he's being attacked by Bosk, the bounty hunter Bosk, the lizard
The guy
guy.
with the feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So she goes and helps Lando out and disguises herself as Boushh, and basically she's training herself to because she has to prepare herself to go meet Jabba to get Han back. So that's basically what this is her getting into it with the other bounty hunters, convincing them that she is Boushh or Boushh, and then that's because they capture Chewie, and basically she steals Chewie away from him, and that's basically the story is how she gets Chewie to go take Chewie to Jabba in Return of the Jedi. So it's pretty cool. Just a cool filler story of Leia honing her skills, doing some scoundrel. That was the Princess Scoundrel. That's the title of the story, where she has to, do some crime, go to the underworld, dip her feet into some grimy shit to get the job done, which she's never done before.
Nice.
So
Okay.
pretty cool story. I give it a 4 out of 5. And then there's the Grand Moff Tarkin story. This was okay. I didn't like it as much as the Princess Leia one, but it just shows him a little backstory into his mindset, and a little bit of his background, where he came from. He had a tough upbringing, where his uncle would take him out hunting these like tiger beasts and shit. And it's like, you got to kill or be killed, kid, if you want to survive. So it shows him being attacked by these tiger beasts and shit as a kid. Then later on in life, he's on the Death Star, and they're running training drills with the gunners, doing training simulations. He finds out some of these gunners are hesitating to fire on the Death Star. So he's like, you guys are some soft bitches. I got to harden you guys up. He imagines it was a really cool scene. He says, do you have any scars? He's talking to one of the gunners. He's like, do you have any scars? He's like, I got a scar playing football on my leg, when I was in, college and shit. He's like, oh, you ain't shit. You're a pussy. Look at these. And he rips off his shirt, and Tarkin he's all fucking ripped, and he's got all these scars.
Wow.
It's like, you can't be hard. You can't be in charge of this big giant fucking weapon if you're going to be a soft bitch, basically. So I'm going to fight you. And he ends up fighting, and he ends up beating the shit out of the guy. And I thought, holy shit, I'd never seen Tarkin.
Well, obviously, right, but he had to be a badass to get where he is. But
I was like, holy shit, this is kind of cool. I never seen, Tarkin get down like this. I'm digging this. And then it cuts. It was all in his head. And then he's still talking. Yeah. That's why I'm disappointed. That's why this is getting a 3 out of 5.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Like, he just imagined that. He just imagined beating the shit out of this guy in front of all the other fucking cadets. And he says, I gotta whip these fucking guys into shape and shit, So it's basically just him being in charge of the gunners and finding that some of these gunners are hesitating to, kill everybody with kill a planet with the push of a button. There's another cool scene where it goes to where he destroys Alderaan, where he's with Leia, and he destroys Alderaan, and they blow up the planet, and then he finds out that a couple of gunners were hesitant. When he gave the order to fire, that some of them didn't actually, do their jobs and hesitated for a little bit. Right. And then he found out, and he's like, hey, I heard you didn't press the button when you were supposed to, because it's a process. Okay, you got to fire up the reactors, and it's a process to shoot the Death Star. So everybody's got to be. It's a well-timed sequence. You know what I'm saying? So when some of the gunners are like, "Oh shit," if I press this button, the next guy gonna press his button, and then the next guy, and then we're gonna blow up the
somebody
planet.
won't press the button by accident. Yeah.
Yeah. So he finds out one of the gunners that delayed the sequence is like, "Oh, that was his home planet, Alderaan." Because I heard I heard you fucking, what's up with you delaying the firing order? He's like, "Well, I grew up on Alderaan. That's my home planet." He says, "So that's no excuse." Well, what if you blew up your own planet? And then again in his head, Alderaan flashes back. Tarkin flashes back to when he was a kid, when he's hunting with his dad and grandfather, while he's being attacked by the fucking tigers and shit. And then he imagines the Death Star blowing up his planet. And like the first thing that big laser hits is his uncle.
Wow.
And he goes, "I would do my duty."
It's such an asshole.
Yeah, so it just shows the thought process of Grand Moff Tarkin, of why he's a cold, calculating asshole. It's kind of cool, but it would have been cool if that shit wasn't just in his head. That's my only thing. I was like, oh man, it was just a dream, and I hate that shit.
Yeah, I was expecting something cool in that, but
yeah. So that was a 3 out of 5. Other books I got. I read this Cult of Carnage, man, and I was a little disappointed. Donny Cates didn't write it. But it's basically the idea is cool, just the execution was a little boring. Misty Knight goes to this town where this cult of carnage has killed everybody. The town's all dead. She finds John Jameson, the man wolf, all butt naked and shit, saying, "God is coming, God is coming." And then he tells her a story about basically this cult of who was worshiping Null, the symbiote god, are basically converting the towns into Null, bunch of symbiotes and shit. They're worshiping Null, basically. And they end up, he happens upon a ritual where they give the symbiote to the man wolf, and that's about it. It's all just talking, it would have been cool to see some of the shit happen.
Yeah, you expect the Cult of Carnage supposed to be like Carnage,
Yeah. So it was a little slow. It was just all them talking about what happens instead of showing what happens. You know what I mean? So
right.
That was, I don't know. I was kind of excited, but after reading it, I'm like, 2 out of 5. So fuck this shit.
Each book is getting less and less.
Well, then Murder Falcon. Murder Falcon was awesome. Murder Falcon number 7, isn't it? Yeah. Murder Falcon number 7 continues to be cool. This book about these metalheads fighting these forces from hell with the help of this monster Murder Falcon dude with a robot arm who uses the power of metal to fight these demons from hell. He teams up. Jake, his band Bruticus teams up with this symphony from Japan, and there's this big, huge, giant kaiju battle in Tokyo. Really cool. Been digging on this book. I also wrote a review on Outright Geekery. If you would like to read it, go ahead. So yeah, Murder Falcon.
We're writers also.
Yeah, we don't just bitch. We
do plenty of that, but yeah.
Yeah, we bitch with words on paper too. So that's a 5 out of 5 for me. So I'll go out on a high note. So.
Okay. You cool. Fuck you. You're cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We have other podcasts. We have our sister podcast, Geeks Have. We have Comic Cast. We reviewed a bunch of books also. I'm curious what they say about these books. We have This Geeks and Comics, which I don't know when they come out, but when they come out, you'll figure it out. What else? We have Hoodoo TV. We have Instruments of Destruction. We have Get Valiant, Who Loves Valiant books, and all these other books. So next week's pretty much going to be business as usual, But the week after that, that's going to be Infinity War. We're going to plan something big, but I don't know what we're going to plan. It'll come to us. We'll figure it out by then.
Do you got your ticket yet?
Oh, I bought my ticket the day of.
Oh, I don't have my ticket.
I remember, I'm in Mississippi. I'm in buttfuck Mississippi. So if you don't get your ticket the first day, that's it.
Yeah, well, I haven't got my ticket, so hopefully I'm not seeing it at 3 a.m. or some shit.
Sucks for you. So yeah, good luck avoiding spoilers by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, other than that, like I said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Cool.